Bitcoin is ready to return to the price level of 11K. There are Bitcoins for over $570 million in decentralized finance. The miners are facing a shortage of new ASIC devices. Welcome to the Coin Post. Bitcoin is becoming mainstream, and this is what the streets of Hong Kong look like today. It would be very nice to see something like this on the streets of your cities. And if you happen to live in Hong Kong, send us more of these cool pictures. I'm convinced that this kind of cryptocurrency promotion could benefit the entire industry. So today I've prepared for you the latest news digest. We're discussing US authorities' attempts to control private cryptocurrencies, looking at what's new in the thriving decentralized finance sector, and finding the reasons miners can't buy new ASICs. I want to thank all of those who regularly watch our episodes. Subscribe to the channel, please. And now get ready for some skepticism, because I have a feeling that this video is gonna be pretty sarcastic. Let's start. If in this video we were looking at Da Vinci 15 prediction, he would tell us Bitcoin is making the letter W on a 4-hour chart. But we'll get through it today without him. And here's a Twitter prediction that also indicates that Bitcoin is ready to return to the price level of 11K. But something seems to have gone wrong. And after growing up to 10,500, the Bitcoin price went down again. Whales might be the ones to blame, as they made strong resistance at 10,500 and 11,200. We still have a strong $10,000 support, but the odds are pretty much the same both for the growth and drop. We covered this issue in one of our recent videos on the channel. If you haven't seen it, you can pause the video, check it out, and come back then. You'll find the link in the description box. And I'm moving on to the next topic, Monero and the United States tax service. I kinda like the Monero team. Even though Riccardo Spagni is no longer the lead developer, they couldn't care less about anyone who tries to control their private cryptocurrency protocol. At the end of August, CipherTrace Analytical Company stated that it had learned to recognize illegal transactions in the Monero blockchain. However, they were never able to explain clearly how they do that by referring to the probabilistic approach. So in fact, they're just guessing. Maybe there's some indication to make those guesses more accurate, but no more than that. In the meantime, the Monero team decided to prevent even such a hint of blockchain monitoring and immediately responded with a new privacy algorithm that confuses sender and recipient addresses even more and reduces the amount of data recorded in the blockchain to make sure that all analysts stop digging around. Now Monero is being attacked again by the IRS, a $625,000 grant to the one who can teach them or provide them with a tool to trace transactions in private cryptocurrencies. And even though the US taxpayers had already agreed to cooperate with the Coinbase exchange, I still bet on the Monero team in this fight. Want a little conspiracy theory? Why is Bitcoin still the most common cryptocurrency in the darknet if its transactions are so easy to trace? Maybe it's because all these allegedly illegal sites have been under the control of the intelligence agencies for a long time, and they just don't have to hide much. And those who use Monero are indeed outlawed. Share in the comments what you think, and I'm moving on to the next topic. One of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges, Kraken, prepared a cryptocurrency market report and concluded that we're not growing because of Defi, the popularity of which is taking over the first cryptocurrency's market share. They're confident that a reversal capital rotation is bound to happen, probably in the fourth quarter of 2020, and that's when we'll see real Bitcoin price growth. By the way, there are Bitcoins for over $570 million in decentralized finance. And this data is only for the largest project, which allows us to freeze the Bitcoins, get their analog on the Ethereum network, and then use them in various DeFi projects. But there are other similar proposals too. In the DeFi sector itself, events are happening in a rather expected manner. We hear more and more about developers listing the tokens, selling them off, and happily riding away into the sunset. Or they could also happily disappear along with the funds in the liquidity pool that gullible users got into their project. Be careful, and don't say I didn't warn you. The most interesting thing was the Sushi project. The lead developer sold half of the team's stock of tokens and took Ethereum for $14 million. and then he left the project, but there was more coming. He got tired of his guilty conscience and returned all the proceeds and appealed to the community to decide on the share of these funds he was entitled to as the project creator. Now he's a bit of a local hero again, and trust in this project is restored, but before you praise him, look at the Ethereum price chart. At the time our hero was selling tokens and crashing their rate by 50%, the Ethereum was trading at between $400 and $380 from September 5th to September 4th, and then it dropped to $317. And I have a feeling that this supposedly lead developer repented and decided to return the Ethereum coins only after he short sold it and got a decent amount of capital on this trade, but that's just my guess. And another DeFi sector star, YFI token coin, is now worth $38,000 after it was added to the Coinbase Pro. But whether it grows and gets to $100,000, and also about decentralized finance in general, I told in another recent video. You'll find the link in the description box. And we're moving on. We just need to talk about Bitcoin mining, and if you want more crypto news, support our channel with your thumbs up. The Bitcoin miners continue to do their job, and on September 7th, the hash rate set a new high of 151 exahashes per second. And due to the increase in Bitcoin's high price in August, the miners increased their revenues by 23% and earned $368 million. To a large extent, this has been achieved by introducing new miners with improved productivity and lowered electricity consumption. But there are no breakthroughs or surges in the network's power yet, because the miners are facing a shortage of new ASIC devices. It's reported that the leading manufacturers, MicroBT, Canaan, and eBank, have sold their stocks and their production fails to meet demand, and Bitmain is still struggling with internal disputes over Jihan Wu and Mikri Zhang's leadership of the company. Although they announced new contracts for millions of dollars and new 5nm chip ASICs the next year. But the conflict is not over, and it's still unclear who's in charge of the company. Perhaps Jihan Wu and Mikri Zhang realized that they could completely ruin the business and decided to be less destructive. Write in the comments which topic you found the most interesting and which you want to prioritize in the next episodes of the Crypto Digest. Share this video with your friends so that they stay informed of the latest crypto news too. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. It's the Coin Post channel. Subscribe and get enlightened.